Hey, what's up guys? Welcome back to DeFi Chronicles. So for this video, I'm gonna be reviewing how I've been tracking my passive income, my earnings from all my nodes and crypto passive income projects. So since I think January, February, I created a spreadsheet, which probably some of you already have. I think around 125 people already purchased the spreadsheet. So if you are one of them, big thank you to you. And so the thing is, I changed most of the code, the features, basically everything around my spreadsheet just to make sure it is more simplified, it is more accurate, and also can provide a little bit more features than the previous one. So this video is to show you, to showcase the new features, how I've been tracking my earnings, and also if you don't have a spreadsheet, you can maybe use that information to track your passive income, maybe on a piece of paper, but basically use that information on your favor to track your earnings. Because if you are not tracking your investment, your losses, your earnings, you cannot know if a passive income project is working or not. So starting off, this is basically the spreadsheet. This is the first page of the spreadsheet. I'm gonna be using an example, a real example. As you guys can see down here, it says Titano example, which is one of my first passive income investment that I made in January. As you guys can see, first we have up here, everything up here works automatically. So here we have the name of the token, which is Titano, and we have the live price here. Why? That means if I change it to Grape Finance, you guys will see that the price will then change. This takes the price, so this fetches the price from CoinGecko. So that's why I'm just gonna type back Titano, and we're gonna be getting the updated live price of the token. Next, we have invested, which takes into account the amount of money that you invested out of pocket. So then again, this updates automatically. Compounded, the amount of money that you take and reinvest into the project. My logo. Cash out, the amount of money that you've been cashing out and moving into stables, moving into your bank account. So basically the amount of money you've been taking as a profit. Next, we have coin generated, which is the amount of coins that you've been getting as a reward. So for Titano, I made 8,660 coins. And we also have a C to represent token or coins. Also here we have days invested. So I've been in Titano for 188 days. Here we have return on investment, which is green. And that is because I've already made my ROI from Titano. So that means I made 156% from Titano. As you guys can see here, it says cash out. What I'm going to do is change it to invested, just to show you something. So now it goes to gray, to red. That is because it is showing that I still have $22 to make until I am profitable from Titano. So I'm going to change it back to cash out, and it gets to green. Next, we have the average price, which is the price, the average price of that I am selling or taking profit from Titano. So from all these sales and compounding, it takes like an average price, and more or less you can know how much money you've been selling your tokens. We also have yield generated, which takes into account the amount of money you made in profit plus also the compounding. So that means, let's say I made $200 in profit, and then cash out $100 and compound $100. That still means that I made $200 in profit, but I choose to take half of that and reinvest it into the project. So that's why we have yield generated and we have cash out. So this only takes into account the amount of money that I have taken out of the project, and yield generated, the amount of money that I decided to reinvest and also cash out. Here you guys can see my transactions. So we have the date, we have the side, which is invested, so out of pocket, my first investment, cash out, of course, cashing out for a profit, and compounded. So let's say I made 100 tokens, and I decide to, instead of cashing it out, instead of selling these Titano tokens, I decide to leave it or to stake it back into the project. So then I'm gonna be clicking compound. Here you guys can see the colors, so this changes automatically depending on the side of the transaction. So invested is blue, cash out, of course, green, and compound is like an orange color. So I'm gonna change it to invest. Then next we have here my yield per day, which is the amount of coin that you're getting. This tab, you need to fill it yourself because I don't know how much coins you're getting from your project. So that's why you need to type it yourself. So here I have 500, but maybe you have 100, 200, 300, and depending also on the token. Next we have daily income, weekly income, and monthly income. This calculates automatically. So let me change it so you can see it. Let's say 1,000. So it takes the price of Titano and gives me an estimation on how much money I could be getting on that day, on that week, and also on that month. Here it says days until return investment. It is green because I already made my profit. I already got back my initial investment, which is 266. If you are still in the red, then this will be red. So we have 500, changing in the back. Then we have this table, which is completely automatic. There is nothing here for you to change. This take the information that is here to fill it out. So invested on that tab, you guys can see I have a transaction here. So it says on week 5, let's see, which week is that? Week 4, yeah. Week 4 from January 24 to January 30, I invested 266. Here is total income, which takes into account the compounded and also cash out. You guys can see cash out and compounded. Down here, you guys can also see this color, which is like a row that is orange. That is because we are currently on that date. So next week, this will move down here. So this row will become orange and that one will become white or normal. And it will continue down until 52 weeks. Next, we also have like a chart that shows the amount of money that I invested, which is the blue line, green, cash outs, yellow, which is compound, and then green again, cash out. Following off, we also have the charts. So we have chart 1, which is the view number 1 that shows my weekly earnings. You guys can see each week the amount of earnings, which take into account all my projects. So right now I have added Titano and also Spring on that spreadsheet. So it is taking into account Titano plus Spring Game Finance. So you guys can see the amount of weekly income. My green line indicates the amount of money that I cashed out during that week. So from $40, how much money I decided to cash out. As you guys can see here, I decided to cash out all of it, so 100%. Then down here, instead of cashing out, I decided to compound. That is why we have that like orange color. Then here again, I decided to cash out completely. And I didn't make money from these weeks. So for these 4 weeks, that's why you are not seeing the line. Then we have again the total income per week and also the line indicating that I've been cashing out completely. That is chart number 1 for weekly earnings. Now we have also chart number 2 for weekly earnings, which is just a different view but in line. So instead of this type of view, you're getting a completely view which is 100% lines. Next we have a bar view, which is just like this one, a bar view for your monthly earnings. Here you can see the amount of money invested, as always blue, the amount of money cashed out, so total income, as it says here, 176, and below it you guys can see the amount of money that you decided to cash out. Green, again, just using the same colors for all of these charts. So we have week 1 to 4, week 5 to 8, week 9 to 12, so on and so forth. And for example, this week, which is week 13 to 16, I made $102 in total income, which 67 went to compounding and 34 I decided to cash out. So that is view number 1 for monthly earnings. Remember, so we have weekly earnings, 2 types of weekly earnings, and also 2 types of monthly earnings. This one is pretty simple. I decided to leave it just with income and compound. Next, we have where you need to add the data, the information, which I'm going to show you how to do it. And also we have the live prices, which, as I said, take the prices from CoinGecko. Let me see if it is, I think it is Ethereum. Let's see. Yeah, so as you can see, it is taking the live price from CoinGecko. How to do it and how to know what is the name of the token, so the exact name of the token, just go to coingecko.com. Then, for example, just type Grape Finance. And let's see if I can show my bar. Address bar. Show address bar. Yeah. So here you guys can see that after coins, it says Grape. Show you. Grape Finance. So this is the name you need to copy to go back to here, and then on live price, show you here on live price, and copy and paste. Then let's see. So now that you have like a brief view of how I've been tracking my earnings, if you already have this spreadsheet, if you purchase this spreadsheet or you get the updated version, stay with me, because now I'm gonna show you how you can add the information and what are the new features and how to use it properly. So starting off, we have the examples, which I'm going to be leaving in the spreadsheet. You guys can delete it after if you want to, but I'm going to be leaving it so you have an example to use and see how to add the information. So I also have Spring Game, which is another one here. I have all the information added. You guys can see, oops, that from my weekly earnings, this is completely empty, and that is because I started investing in Spring Finance on June, so that's why it is down here. Then again, as I said before, this information is automatic, so there is nothing for you to be changing. So now, in case you need to create a new template and add your information, let's say you are invested in Grape Finance, what you need to do is click on template here and then duplicate it. You click duplicate, you change the name to Grape Finance, let's say, right here. Let's change to Grape Finance. So we are getting the live price. Cool. Now we need to add the transactions. Let's say that last month we purchased, let's use side, which is invested because that is my first investment. 4 nodes for Grape Finance, which is I think each node is 50 Grape tokens, so that would be 200 Grape tokens. So 200 Grape tokens. And instead of typing the price, which is something that I don't like because sometimes you need to add the decimals, just use the total and the price will update automatically. So let's say I spent let's say $300. So I spent $300, and as you can see, the price comes automatically as 1.5. Next, let's say I started cashing out. So let's use a fictitious date, and I add cash out, and let's say I cash out 20 Grape tokens, and I got, let's say, $23.5. As you can see here, they are adding the price automatically. Up here, you are seeing that the cash outs are getting is changing. The amount invested, the return on investment, which is 7.83% from that $23, and I am still at a loss at $276. Here on my yield per day, let's say I'm making I have 4 nodes. Let's say I'm making 3 grapes per day. So I'm gonna type 3, and my daily income is gonna change it to $2.34. Weekly income $16.39. Monthly income $70, and my days until I get back my return on investment, using this as an estimation, this price, this daily income, is 105 days. Of course, this will be changing like every hour because the price can go up and can also go down. Then if we check that table, as I said before, it changes automatically. You guys can see that all the information is added here. Let me move this. So I'm gonna add a third transaction, let's say on 10/2022. So instead of cashing out, I decided to compound. Let's say 20 again, and those 20 at that time was worth, let's say, $25. So you guys can see it says here $1.25, which is the price of each of them tokens. Also, we have the average price, so this is calculating all the transactions that we've been making, and it gives us like a average price per token. So last, which is the chart down here, you guys can see the amount invested, the amount compounded, and also the amount cashed out. So you guys can see that on the same week, I made $25, I cashed out. Let's say no, $23 I cashed out, and $25 I compounded. So that's why it is showing up here on the same bar. And lastly, how you can add that information on your chart, because right now I only have Titano and Spring added. This is extremely simple. Just go to weekly and monthly earnings data. Then I'm even gonna delete everything to show you how you can do it. So the only information that you need to delete is total, compounded, cash out, and invested. That information here, there is nothing for you to change. As you can see here, this says this is automatic, do not touch. So on total, we're gonna click equal, right? We click on equal, we move back to Grape Finance. We go up here on week 1, total, enter. As simple as that. So let's try it with compound. We click equal, we go to Grape Finance, and on compound we click enter. So same information, cash out, which is the same thing, equal. It is even giving you a suggestion, but I'm not gonna use it. And cash out, enter. Then again, equal, we go to Grape Finance again, and guess what? If it says invested, we're gonna add it on invested. Now I am using week 1 with week one. So what I'm gonna use now is select everything and click on the square or that box, and then move it down so we can have all the code added to each one of themselves. And as simple as that, now we have Grape Finance information added here, and also we have it added on the chart. There is nothing for you to change on the chart, so the only information that you need to change is on weekly, monthly earnings data. Now, let's say I want to add the information back from Titano. What I have to do, as you guys can see here, it says Grape Finance. So double click, plus, go to Titano, and just repeat the same process. So total income, enter. Guess what I'm gonna do here? Click plus, go to Titano, look for compound, enter. Cash out, same thing. Plus, go to Titano, look for cash out, enter. The last one, plus, go to Titano again, invested, enter. And then just select these 4 so you can drop the code to the last week. And then just like that, the information got updated. If you want to do the same thing for Spring, just double click, plus, go to Spring, So it is total. You click here on total income plus same. So compounded, go to spring, go to compounded, enter. Cash out plus, go to spring, go to cash out, enter. Then invested, same thing, just plus, go back to spring, then invested, then click enter. And the last step is just click on everything and drop it down. There you have it. So everything now is updated. So now you can see your income from that table. As I said before, there is no information to be changed here. This updates automatically, but you guys can see your weekly income, your monthly earnings. So from week 25 to 28, you have your income, you have your compound, you have your cash out, and you have the amount of money that you invested. As simple as that. If there is a information that you don't like, just select everything down and then delete, and you can start the process again. So super simple. So as I said, step one is duplicating the template. Always duplicate the template. Do not use the template, because that is the only sheet that you have to go back to create more. So always duplicate it, change the name, and add all the information that you want to add. So cool. This is really all I got. If you find this information for the spreadsheet valuable, leave a like. Also, I would urge you to use some type of spreadsheet paper, at least to be marking down, writing down the amount of money you've been compounding, the amount of money you've been investing, and also the amount of money you've been cashing out. Okay, I'm not saying that you need to be using my spreadsheet, but at least use a pen and paper and track down the amount of money you've been investing, compounding, and cashing out. Cool. Also, in the description box, I'm gonna be leaving a link to my spreadsheet. So if you want to use the exact spreadsheet that I am using, you will find a link in the description box. As usual, thank you for watching my videos, and talk to you later. Bye bye.